library is awful quiet today. No, not that many people that wanted to come in today, but that's okay. Easier work for me. Although tomorrow's gonna be really packed, so we'll see about that. Let's see. Hello! Wow, I was not expecting any other guests at the library today, but I am happy to see you. Thank you for coming to the library this evening. Did you find any book you were looking for? You found everything okay? Wonderful. Well, if you'd like, I can go ahead and check out your books. You'd like that? Okay. Now, do you have your library card with you? You do? Okay, perfect. Can I get that library card? Thank you. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and type in your account number. Okay, perfect. So I now have your account up. Julian, is it? Okay. Yeah, so I have your account up here, and we can go ahead and start checking out your books, as well as I can give you a rather thorough description of the book, just in case you didn't have enough time to go through it yourself. Does that sound good? Okay. Let's start with the first book, shall we? So, the Ultimate Serial Killer Trivia Book. This is a nice one. Are you into true crime? If you're into true crime, you'll really enjoy this book because it goes over how the psychology, basically talks about the psychology of serial killers, what they think, how they think, and it gives a big description, goes really into detail of how serial killers think, the classifications of serial killers, and goes over some of the most famous, or should I say infamous, serial killers. Really goes into detail about all of that, so you'll really enjoy this book. It's by Jack Rosewood, and I like this book because it's not a hardcover. It is very smooth. It's not a hardcover book, and as you can see from the very beginning, it has, just lets you go through. Seems like the person that had this before wrote in it. I do apologize, but you can see it's a bunch of different pages for you to go through. They're all gonna have a lot of detail about this, okay? So you're really gonna enjoy this. Now on the back, we have you ever wanted to know everything there is to know about serial killers? Ever pondered the differences between psychopaths and sociopaths? Want to know exactly why cannibals eat human flesh? Want to read about the most bizarre serial killer motivations of all time? Could you identify a serial killer based on their physical appearance? What small New England town is a hotbed of murderous activity? What famous influencer killed his own parents? Who's the youngest serial killer of all time? The oldest? What murderous teen poisoned her mother and documented it on social media? The Ultimate Serial Killer Trivia Book answers all these questions and much, much more. In this book, you will find up-to-date information on active serial killers and ongoing murder cases, 11 distinct stories from the psychopathic mind to serial killing cannibals to killers inspired by media, eerily fascinating trivia pieces regarding famous serial killers and obscure murderers you've never heard of, and succinct information on psychopaths, killer kids, occult serial killers, murderous doctors, cannibals, necrophiles, and the world's strangest ever murderers. Featuring obscure serial killer trivia you'll struggle to find anywhere else. The public's obsession with serial killers and weird murders is growing by the day, with more TV shows, movies, and books now detailing the crimes of these human monsters. Whether you're a fanatical about true crime or brand new to the genre, the Ultimate Serial Killer Trivia book has something for everyone. Even the most hardened true crime buff will find some new information here. Are you ready? So this is going to have a lot of information about serial killers and the psychology behind them, and basically go over some infamous cases and go more into detail of the thought process or the motive. So it's a really descriptive book. I think you'll really like it, especially if you are one who's into true crime, okay? And let's put that in the Ultimate Serial Killer Trivia book. This is by Jack Rosewood. Okay, I got that book in here. So we've checked this one out already. And now we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next book you have, okay? I'll take that. So this one is really nice because it does have a hardcover, and then it does have this outer coating to protect the hardcover. And then it says this one is Woman Evolve by Sarah Jakes Roberts. It's a New York Times bestseller. Break up with your fears and revolutionize your life. So this is one of those inspirational books. So if you like inspirational books about taking control of your life, doing better for yourself, you'll really like this book. And plus it's a New York Times bestseller. So that means that the New York Times thought that this was a book that was worth reading, okay? A powerful guide, Publishers Weekly. It's time to break up with your fears, awaken your potential, and set your purpose in motion. The most unappreciated woman in history is Eve. We're so blinded by her mistake that we don't see how she gathered the pieces she had left and dared to revolutionize her life. In a vivid reinterpretation of the story of Eve, as found in the book of Genesis, Sarah Jakes Roberts helps us to learn lessons on womanhood and strength hidden in Eve's story. Have you ever found yourself asking, how do I grow from here? Sarah Jakes Roberts has and believes every woman has an opportunity to dig deeper and grow wiser regardless of what she's gone through. Sarah reminds us that everyone faces trials and everyone will mess up, but invaluable lessons that can unleash the fullness of our identity are found in our darkest moments. In Woman Evolve, Sarah helps you take the course of your fears, insecurities, and mistakes and shows you how to use them to break through to your future. Working it out sections help you open your eyes to realize you are not out of options, acknowledge the generational impact of your decisions, overcome feelings of inadequacies, discover and trust who you are in God, take a leap of faith, and become who you were meant to be. Like Eve, you do not have to live defined by the past. Don't attach your life today to who you were, but to who you can become. Your life's purpose does not change, it evolves. Okay, it's a nice message in this book. I think you'll really like this one, so we're gonna go ahead and check this in. Let's see, check this out. Let's see. Woman Evolve. This is by Sarah J. Roberts. Okay. Alright, got that one checked in. Okay. Now what's the next one you have? A Fraggle Rock book starring Jim Henson's Muppets. No One Knows Where Gobo Goes by Mark Saltzman. Pictures by Peter Elwell. Okay, this is a really nice book because it's really about, Gobo. Gobo is basically this character who likes to wander off a lot, and as he wanders off, he starts to find, different places around that he can go to, and once he finds these different places, often a lot of his friends follow him around, but he likes to go places by himself. And towards the end of the book, Gobo finds that, everyone finds that they can all also wander off on their own, and that they don't always have to be together, but that they can go places on their own. So it's a really nice little book. It's a really good children's book, and they call them children's books, but they're not just for children. If you do like these books or you find joy in these stories, you can read them as well. And we can go ahead and check this one out as well. So let's see. No One Knows Where Gobo Goes by Mark Saltzman, and it's illustrated by Peter Elwell. I butchered that name. Okay, Peter Elwell, perfect. Okay, so we can definitely go ahead and check this one out. And what's the next one you got? Okay. St. George and the Dragon, retold by Margaret Hodges, illustrated by Trina Shart Hyman. Okay? And this one is basically about a knight and he fights a dragon. So St. George is the knight, if I remember correctly. And he ends up fighting a dragon. And this is back in the time period where goblins and princes and knights and giants were around, okay? So it's a very mythical storyline. You see, the book is very detailed with the pages. I really love how the illustrations are on the outer skirts of the page, and then you have the words in the center. Very captivating, okay? So you're really gonna like this book. If you like anything about mythology or mythical books or fairy books, you'll really like this story about St. George and the Dragon, okay? And we can check this one out as well. Let's see. St. George and the Dragon. And this is by Margaret Hodges. This is illustrated by Trina Diamond. Okay, so we check this one out. Alright, what else do you got for me? Okay. World of Wonder Life at Night by Mary Hoff. This one is a really good book. Look at the little owl. Look at the little owl. This book is a really good book because if you do like creatures, if you enjoy reading about creatures or animals, this is a good book because it talks about all of our nocturnal animals. So here you've got some, let's see, which one is this? I think that's a mouse. Is it a mouse? Mice, yes, it's a mouse. And then you've got a beaver, and there's a little tortoise. So these are basically creatures of the night. Got the worms, owls, of course. We love our owls. And these are all different creatures. Some raccoons. They're basically creatures of the night that you'll often find in the night. These are the deer. Got your sharks. And there's a plethora of others like the bats, And it's a really descriptive book, illustrated very well. You'll be able to see pictures of all different night creatures, and it'll tell you a little bit of interesting facts about each of them, okay? So this is a good book to check out, especially if you really do enjoy reading about animals of the night. So this is by World of Wonder. Let's see if I can scroll through the books that they have. Here it is. Life at Night. It's by Mary Hoff. Okay, perfect. So yes, you'll really like this, and this one is a hardcover, so it's very sturdy. And this is one of our newer books, so the pages are more crisp. Okay. Let's see. And the last one. Let's see what this one's about. Sam's Teacher Self-Beginning Programming in 24 Hours by Greg Perry and Dean Miller. This is the 3rd edition. So basically, if you want to learn about computer gramming, does this interest you? Computer gramming? Or are you just trying to get into a little bit of everything? Yeah, that's the best way to read. I honestly don't have any particular genre that I like to read. I like to read a little bit of everything. I am really big on fiction and fantasy, but I do like a little bit of educational things here and there. You can also look back there. We have some books regarding stocks, trading, and investments. Those are really good as well. But programming, that's really good as well. Basically, it just shows you how to do, what's this? I think it's a little note that was left in there. So basically, we'll show you how to do programming, how to do coding, everything that goes with computer science, just those basics of learning how to code and programming. It's really good. So we can read the little descriptions on the back so you can know what you're getting into. If you want to learn programming but don't know which language to start with, this book is for you. In just 24 lessons of 1 hour or less, any beginner can get a solid introduction to the basics of computer programming and learn to write simple programs of any platform. So that's Windows, Mac, mobile. Using a straightforward step-by-step approach, each lesson is this carefully crafted tutorial builds upon the previous one, allowing you to learn all the essentials of programming from the ground up. Once you've mastered these fundamentals, the book introduces you to several of the most popular computer programming languages today and helps you decide which language to learn first. Okay? So it has step-by-step instructions, practical hands-on examples, quizzes, and exercises. And that's really good in any learning book because it really will help you be able to test yourself and test your knowledge of what you actually understood throughout the course. And then you're going to learn how to set a programming toolkit with widely available free downloads, Create simple programs in JavaScript that get user input and display output. Process numbers and words. Use variables to hold information. Merge strings together. Tell programs how to make decisions. Create algorithms to count data values and accumulate totals. Use JavaScript to create interactive web pages. Improve a user's experience with cookies. Debug your programs before going live. Structure programs for readability. Apply your programming skills to more advanced languages like Java. Use object-oriented program techniques. Choose between other popular languages like C and C++, HTML5 and CSS3, Visual Basic and .NET and PHP. Distribute and sell your programs. Now, to be honest with you, this sounds like gibberish to me, but by the end of the month, apparently this book is going to help you understand everything, okay? So I'm going to check this one out for you. See, this is the last book we have. So it's Sam's Teach Yourself. Let's see, beginning programming in 24 hours. Okay, perfect. So we've got all your books checked out here, and I can give these back to you. Now you'll just want to be sure that you bring these books back by the November the 30th. That way they don't go overdue, okay? Here's your card back. There you go, and there you have it. I'm so glad that you came to the library this evening and that you were able to find books that you like. Looks like you have a good selection of books there to go through, and hopefully you're able to learn and discover more about yourself with all these different books and all these different genres, because they really help to diversify your portfolio of things you like, and doing so just makes you a stronger person, okay? Okay, well, I'm proud of you, and I hope you enjoy these books and you have a great